Hi, John Benjamin here, founder of the Business Engineering Consortium. Hey, I just wanted to thank and give a shout out to all of our clients and those who made it possible for us to be awarded the number one spot on the top 10 lean manufacturing consultants in the country. It's a great honor for us. It's one we didn't even know existed until our clients put us there. In honor of that, I want to bring you this module on making decisions. We'll talk about the importance of making decisions, how to make them, and this is a 3-part series. So let's get ready and buckle down for session number 1. Is your decision making more of a gamble? And what I mean by that is, are you sometimes avoiding making decisions, letting things just happen, and then all of a sudden suffering the consequences? When you're allowing decisions to happen without conscious effort on your part, it's like going to the craps table, and there is a reason they call it craps. You'll get that in a moment, I'm sure. All of your decisions that you don't make have one of 3 outcomes, and in fact, all the decisions you do make have one of 3 outcomes as well. If you leave things to chance, there's a 66% chance things are going to go the wrong way. Why do I say that? Virtually every decision you are faced with, there are one of 3 outcomes. Things will get better, things will get worse, or things will stay the same. Most of the time, things are going to move the wrong way for you, unless you consciously make an effort to move forward. What we need to consider then is, in our leadership, making decisions is fundamental. And here's a model we use during our leadership training. Every one of these segments involves decision making. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if, based on the strength of your decision making alone, you could move up 1 or 2 slots in your organization, regardless of your other skills. Good decision makers are in high demand. So let's talk about how you can become one of them. We'll take a look at this next slide. Right at the moment here, we see an eagle and a crow flying together. Something that we normally don't see happen. Partly because eagles fly so high and crows can't get there. The eagle has predetermined it's not going to engage the crow. By making that decision in advance, the eagle never has to stop and wonder, should I attack the crow, not attack the crow? What do I do? The eagle knows its best decision is to simply fly a little bit higher where the crow can't follow or bother him, and the eagle can still hunt. Their eyesight's incredible. You need to take this same concept and put it to work for you. That's right. You need to pre-decide what some things are going to be and how they're going to be in your life. Once you've pre-decided, your life becomes a whole lot easier. For example, in our company, we value our employees and their families. If it's at all possible, if an employee needs time off to be with their family for whatever reason, we give it to them. They know that if they come to us, there's a really good chance they will get the time off they need. They appreciate that. They know we've decided in advance and lived up to that promise. They also know that if we have to say no, there are good reasons why we had to say no, but we're going to do everything we can to help them be part of their family's life. So be like the eagle, make those decisions in advance, and decide how you're going to act. Our next tip then is called Explore Exploit. Explore Exploit comes from a book called Algorithms to Live By. It's a great book, you ought to read it. Basically, it says you need to try a variety of things in any situation and figure out which one is the best. Now, obviously in some situations that's easier said than done. Going to the restaurant you've never been to before, you can afford to explore the menu, try some different things until you're comfortable with it and know what you want to have the next time. The next time you go, you know what to order without asking, and when someone says, hey, what's good at this restaurant? You already know what's good, and you can tell them. Same thing with your marketing. Try some different things, find out what works, and then stick with it. I cannot tell you how many of my clients that I talk to about their marketing tell me about this great program they used to have, and they've never duplicated the results again. And I ask them, well, why did you ever stop doing it? Why did you stop exploiting that campaign? And the answer, without exception, is we got tired of the campaign. What's there to get tired of? You're making money. It's bringing people in. Come on. So yeah, Now, I'm not saying never try something new, but try something new relative to your existing campaign and see if it does better. If it does, guess what? Exploit it. If it doesn't, ditch it. Go back to what you were doing until something better comes along. That's explore, exploit. Next thing we want to talk about is a personal oops of mine. I just come back from Mexico with my family, and we'd lived there for 4 years, living outside of Mexico City in a town called Cuernavaca. Friends of ours invited us to go camping, because if you live in Colorado, you are going camping. That's one of the great things about living in the state. We didn't have a tent anymore, and we certainly didn't have a tent that would fit 4 of us, 2 adults and 2 kids, so we went, had a new tent. A tent cost back then about $200 for something this size. It took me 3 agonizingly long weeks to decide to buy a tent like this. And you're thinking, that's crazy, John, and you're absolutely right. When you're making a decision, make sure the time you're willing to invest in that decision, or a lot to that decision, which is a better practice, is commensurate with the risk. A tent's a small risk. I should have gone out, bought it that first day at lunch, or maybe the second day at lunch when I went out and looked at my buddy. It certainly did not require 3 weeks of looking in research to find the perfect tent for us. But I did. In my defense, the things lasted 15 years before we had to retire it. So it was a good investment, but it certainly wasn't worth 3 weeks of my time agonizing over that decision. Coming up, we are going to talk in our next session about other decision-making processes. We're going to take you through a 7-step decision-making process. We're going to show you Deming's thoughts on decision-making and even General Eisenhower and what he brought to the table. And you'll get introduced to my buddy and partner, Steve Arquette. We've been friends for a long time, and we've been working with businesses for years now to help them grow and achieve more. Hey, if you didn't download the workbook already, it's down here at the bottom of the page and above the comments there in that description. Click on the link. Yes, I'm going to ask you for your email so I know where to send the book. Get signed up. And if you've liked it, give us a thumb up. Drop your comments. Tell us what your best tool is for making decisions. Tell us what you'd like to learn more about in decision making as well. We look forward to your input, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button once you've hit like. And we will talk with you later. Have a great day.